It's still kind of wintry out, mid-February, it's still chilly, so I love making pasta during the week, and my favorite dish is Bolognese. So making homemade Bolognese is very easy. You're supposed to use veal and pork and hamburger in this, like a third of a pound each, but I am using just 2 pounds. 1 pound will be beef and 1 pound will be pork, so you can kind of feel at the market. So the other ingredients are staples that you would generally have in your kitchen, like diced tomatoes and some pasta, onions, that sort of thing. Carrots. I've also got some really good egg pasta and some milk and some wine. So those are the basic ingredients. And first I'm going to go ahead and get my soup pot heating up, and I'm going to add a few tablespoons of butter. These are small onions, so I'm going to use 2 of them. And I get so teary-eyed when I cut my onions that I have to use the food processor. And it just is so simple. I have one of the small ones, so it's really easy to pull in and out of my pantry. So I'm going to go ahead and just give these onions, I usually just have to cut them in quarters, and then I can put them in the food processor. So looks like my butter is ready. I'm going to move this off the oven just a second. Small food processor. So this is a small food processor, so I do these at a time. Now I'm going to turn my heat off because I don't want this to burn. And I think it's important with this particular dish that you don't overcook your veggies. You don't want to brown the onion, you just want to soften it and marry the flavors. So we're going to add onions and the carrots and the tomatoes, and you just want everything just to kind of sit in the pan. Okay, so that's looking good. Second onion going in. See how quick that is instead of taking the time to chop. My eyes are still watering. Okay. Right, these are going in. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt to the onions. Give everything a stir. Oops. Ready. I love the smell of the butter. Olive oil in there too. Started with the butter, then I add the olive oil. I'm just going to let this soften a little bit more. Go ahead and start cutting the carrots. For Bolognese, you'll want to use 2 carrots, and they're very clean and the skin is thin, so I usually just leave the skin on. Pastry scrapers come in really handy. It's better than using your knife when you're scraping things up because that dulls the blade. It's going in. All right, smelling good. Add some pepper. My eyes are still watering. Okay, once your meat is brown, then you're going to open up some wine. I'm going to try some organic wine because I'm sensitive to some of the additives in regular wine, so we'll see how this is. Anyway, I'm using white, and I'm going to use about half a bottle in here. And I'll just pour that right in, and we'll just try it. See how it is. And give this a stir. While this cooks for 20 minutes, I'll come back and then add the milk. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down and add the milk. I have about 2 cups here. And you can use whole milk or no-fat milk for this. tried a nut milk in this, but I'm sure you could experiment and it would be tasty. Again, I'm going to let this just cook for another 20 minutes. Okay, I have here just some Muir Glen organic crushed tomatoes. And I always make sure that I use the fire roasted. I like the added herbs in there, so I'm going to be going to add about 28 ounces to my meat mixture. And this will need to cook for about 40 to 60 minutes. I like this pot for my pasta. I know it's not the proper one, but anyway, so this is my favorite burner. I don't know if you have a favorite burner, but this is my range. It has very high BTUs on the outer ends, and so I just like this one because it's great for my soups, and it just is like an all-around burner. So anyway, I have that one on now, and I'm still simmering my bolognese in the back. I'm gonna get the pasta going. To bring up the boil, I always add a little salt. So you add some salt to the water, and then I also add olive oil. So those two things. And then I am using this egg pasta. And the best way to serve bolognese is over homemade pasta. So if you have a pasta maker or you know how to make it, that's the best way. And there's nothing that you can do to compete with that. Homemade pasta is the best. A traditional egg pasta. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just use this one today because it's easier. And I'm not a pasta maker. This just takes a few minutes to cook. So when my bolognese is finished, I'm going to add some cream, some heavy whipping cream. I'm going to add a full cup, and you want to make sure you turn off the heat when you do that. And then you'll just kind of reheat it to serve it. I love in the wintertime putting something on the stove and just letting it simmer all day long. So that's what this is, and it smells so good. Again, you can enjoy this with a glass of wine. Now I did open up white and I used white wine in this, but you can use red as well, and then save the rest of the bottle for dinner. A glass of wine and a salad tastes